Have you ever looked in the mirror wearing sunglasses you once loved and thought, why does this not feel like me anymore? If you're over 50, like me, and still wearing certain styles of sunglasses, there's a good chance they're making you look older than you feel. Not by a year or two, but by as much as a decade. Now, I'm not here to tell you what to wear or make you second-guess everything in your drawer. I've made these mistakes myself, some of them more than once. This isn't about trends or trying to look younger. It's about choosing what actually flatters the face you have now, the one you've earned and hopefully love. In this video, I'm going to walk you through 5 common sunglasses styles that tend to date us quietly, subtly, and unfortunately, very effectively. And then I'll show you what to wear instead. Styles that feel modern, elegant, and most importantly, effortless. And one of them, I didn't expect it to work until I saw myself in a photo. Oh, and if you're new here, welcome. This space is all about real-life style for women over 50. No gimmicks, no pressure, just smart choices that help us feel confident and comfortable in our own skin. If that sounds like something you'd enjoy, feel free to subscribe. Let's dive in. Let me start by saying this. If you've worn any of these styles, you're not alone. I have too. And at the time, they felt great. But something shifted over the years. In our faces, in our skin tone, even in our sense of presence. And what once felt stylish, now somehow feels off. Let's walk through these together. Not to judge, but to understand why they don't serve us anymore, and what we can do instead. Mistake number 1, tiny wireframe glasses. You know the ones. Light, minimal, easy to toss in your bag. I used to love them because they felt invisible, like I wasn't wearing anything at all. But here's the thing, they are invisible, and not in a good way. As our features soften with age, tiny frames can actually make our eyes look smaller and draw attention to fine lines we'd rather not highlight. Instead of framing our face, they sort of disappear and take our definition with them. A slightly oversized, soft-edged frame adds balance, lifts the eye area, and honestly, makes us look more awake. It's not about being dramatic. It's about being intentional. Mistake number 2, overly embellished frames. Oh, the rhinestones, the chunky logos, the animal print temples. I'll admit, I had a pair that sparkled in the sun like a disco ball. They were fun, until they weren't. What I realized was that all that decoration was competing with me. The more detailed the frame, the more it pulled attention to the wrong places, like every crease around my eyes. A clean, refined frame actually feels more confident. It doesn't shout. It speaks softly, and people lean in. But if you think rhinestones are the worst offender, wait till you see the one mistake I made for over 10 years. Mistake number 3, wearing harsh, unflattering frame colors. I wore black frames for years. They felt classic, strong. But one day I caught a photo of myself in natural light and thought, why do I look so tired? Harsh colors, jet black, icy cool tones, neon brights, can fight with our skin tone as it evolves. Warm browns, soft grays, even a blush-toned tortoise can do wonders. Suddenly, everything feels lighter, fresher, and just a little bit softer. Mistake number 4, hanging onto frames from a decade ago. This one's tricky because sometimes we hang on to a shape that once made us feel like us. For me, it was a square cat eye I wore all through my 40s. But eventually, it started feeling costumey. like I was borrowing from a decade I didn't live in anymore. Your face deserves a frame that matches the moment, not the memory. Look for shapes that echo your current energy: soft rectangles, modern rounds, aviators with a gentle curve. Still stylish, just evolved. This last one, almost everyone does it, and we don't even realize it's aging us every time we step outside. Mistake number 5, cheap plastic, flimsy construction, zero protection. We've all done it. A quick grab at the checkout line or a $20 deal online that seemed too good to pass up. But flimsy plastic doesn't just look cheap, it feels it. It warps, it scratches, and worst of all, it doesn't protect your eyes. And honestly, you deserve better. Not expensive for the sake of it, just thoughtful. A good pair of frames feels solid in the hand, fits without pinching, and protects your eyes and your elegance at the same time. Woof, that was a lot, but also freeing, right? Up next, let's talk about what does work in 2025. The sunglasses trends that truly flatter us, not because they're trendy, but because they're smart, timeless, and surprisingly easy to pull off. Now that we've gently said goodbye to the frames that no longer serve us, let's talk about what's actually working right now and why these styles feel so right for us. These trends aren't just popular. They're flattering, wearable, and surprisingly adaptable. And best of all, they don't scream trying to be younger. They say, I know who I am, and I've still got it. Trend number 1, oversized soft rectangles. This next style shocked me. I thought it would make my face look bigger, but it actually lifted everything. I know, the word oversized can be a little intimidating. We've all seen glasses that swallow the face. But that's not what I mean. These have clean lines, gentle curves, and just enough scale to give your face structure without overpowering it. They add presence, especially if you noticed your features feeling a bit more delicate over the years. Trend number 2, modern aviators with softer edges. Ah, aviators. I wore them in my 30s and thought they were behind me. But now, with thinner metal, a warmer finish, and a slightly curved silhouette, they're back in the best possible way. There's something about that gentle dip at the nose bridge. It elongates the face and adds a touch of polish without being stuffy. If your face is square or heart-shaped, this shape might be your new best friend. Trend number 3, gradient lens in neutral tones. I can't overstate how forgiving these are. A gradient lens, darker at the top, lighter at the bottom, softens your whole look. They let your expressions come through, don't cast harsh shadows, and work beautifully with minimal makeup. Plus, they feel luxe. Even a simple frame feels more expensive when the lens does this soft fade. And when you choose a color that echoes your wardrobe, like warm brown, smoky gray, or soft plum, the whole look clicks. Trend number 4, translucent frames. They're the pair I wore last week, and I got 3 compliments before lunch. No joke. They're light, effortless, and incredibly modern, without being loud. Whether it's clear champagne, rose blush, or a soft, foggy gray, translucent frames have a magical way of framing your face without hiding it. They blend in, but in the most elegant way. And more importantly, they make you stand out. So as you can see, you don't need to go wild or trendy, just thoughtful. These shapes, these tones, they meet you where you are and help you step forward without trying to rewind. Of course, no frame looks good if it doesn't fit your face. Let's figure that part out next. You don't need a ruler or an app. Just a quick glance at your reflection, and these little tricks can change everything. I'm not about to hand you a geometry chart or ask you to measure your cheekbones. This isn't that kind of guide. Think of it more like a style compass, one that gently points you in the right direction so your sunglasses feel like they were made just for you. And even if you're not totally sure what shape you have, don't worry. If something here feels familiar, that's your cue. If your face is round, if you have full cheeks and a soft jaw, this one's for you. Go for a little structure. Soft rectangles or subtle cat eyes can work wonders. They help elongate your face and give a little definition without adding harshness. What to avoid? Super round frames that echo your face shape. They tend to make everything feel fuller, even when you don't want that. Little trick. Look for frames that are slightly wider than your cheekbones. It draws the eye outward, which gives your face a natural lift. If your face is square, strong jawlines, let's soften them beautifully. Your jawline is a gift. It gives your face strength. But too much angle in your glasses can feel a little intense. So, think curves. Round or oval frames soften the edges and add a touch of grace. Avoid sharp or blocky frames. They double down on the structure and can look overly rigid. Tip: gradient lenses look especially good on square faces. They soften everything just enough. If your face is oval, if your face is balanced but your glasses never seem to be, here's why. Lucky you, most frames technically fit, but even ovals need proportion. Frames that are too large or too small can throw off your natural harmony. So stick with mid-sized shapes, soft rounds, gentle rectangles, or modern aviators that sit right in the middle. Pro tip: think balance over bold. Let your face do the talking, not the frames. If your face is heart-shaped, high cheekbones but glasses always slip, this next shape will change the game. You've got beautiful width at the top of your face and often a narrower chin, so the goal here is visual balance. Look for frames that are wider at the bottom or have a gentle teardrop silhouette. Think aviators with warmth or lightly curved rectangles. Avoid heavy detailing at the top or thick bridges. They can make the forehead feel even broader. Soft solution, light-colored or translucent frames work like magic here. They frame the face without overwhelming it. Remember, this isn't about hiding anything. It's about lifting, balancing, and bringing your favorite features forward. And now that you know what shape works best for you, let's talk about how to shop for them without regret. Here's the part most of us get wrong. Not the style, but the buying moment. And it's costing us comfort, money, and confidence. If you've ever bought a pair of sunglasses you thought looked good in the store, only to wear them twice and leave them in the glove box for 2 years, trust me, you are not alone. I've been there. More than once. Start with quality, not price. You don't need to spend a fortune, but you do want to make sure they're well made. Look for sturdy hinges, smooth finishes, and lenses that actually offer UV protection. If a pair doesn't have a visible UV rating, that's a red flag. It's not just about style. Your eyes deserve care too. And those little stress points, the bridge, the arms, the way the frame flexes, they'll tell you how long it'll last. Then think about fit, because comfort isn't optional. If they slide down your nose or pinch behind your ears, you're not going to wear them, no matter how chic they look in photos. Try them on. Move your head. Smile. Squint. See how they feel, not just how they look. Even the most stylish frame means nothing if it ends up buried in your glove box. And yes, I've done that more than once too. Shopping online? Be strategic. Stick with retailers that have generous return policies and good virtual try-on tools. Warby Parker, Quay, even some options from Ray-Ban and Amazon now offer face previews. And if you're shopping in person, bring a friend, or better yet, take a photo of yourself wearing them in natural light. Because your reflection in store lighting, it doesn't always tell the truth. And let's talk budget, because smart doesn't mean expensive. There are fantastic, flattering sunglasses under $100, even under $50, if you know what to look for. Focus on quality materials and timeless shapes. One great pair that fits you perfectly is worth 5 trendy ones that live in a drawer. So next time you shop, remember, this is for your eyes and your energy. Ready to find your perfect pair? Let's wrap this up with a quick recap and a few final thoughts that just might change how you feel in the mirror. So, let's recap. 5 sunglass mistakes that quietly add years, and 5 ways to move past them with a lot more grace and a little less guesswork. We talked about skipping tiny frames that shrink your features, overly flashy embellishments, harsh colors, outdated shapes, and low-quality materials. And in their place, modern silhouettes, flattering tones, gentle curves, and frames that fit you. Not the you from 20 years ago, but the vibrant, evolving woman you are now. If you've made any of these mistakes, join the club. The good news? They're easy to fix. One new pair of sunglasses, chosen thoughtfully, can shift your whole look and your mood. So now I'd love to hear from you. Which one of these surprised you the most? Which style are you ready to try? Let me know in the comments. I always read them, and I love hearing your stories. And if you found us helpful, I'd be honored if you subscribed. I share weekly tips on style, hair, confidence, and life after 50. Because it just keeps getting better when we dress for the woman we are now. Next week, I'll be sharing my top picks for lip colors that brighten the whole face, even without makeup. You don't want to miss it. Until next time, keep shining. Because style after 50 isn't about rules. It's about rediscovering what makes us glow.